my name is Kristie Sanderson and I have recently won my IFBB Pro card for the IFBB Pro League. I previously competed with IFBB Pro Elite. So I originally started competing in 2017, did some PCA shows with bikini category, then moved over to UKBEEF to body fitness. Won my UKBEEF 2018-19 British Championship, got my pro card, did a couple of pro shows with the Elite Pro, and then this year I decided that I was going to move from the Elite Pro to Two Bros and competed at their Graftism Regional a few weeks ago now, and then this weekend just gone competed at the Arnold Classic UK in my hometown Birmingham, and was really happy with the result. I won my category and won my pro card for IFBB Pro figure, which is fantastic. You know, that's kind of what I'd hoped for from this season. And the plan now is to go into off-season, have a good 12 months of off-season, time to grow, time to work, and then at the end of the 12 months have a plan in place for my pro debut with IFBB. Eventually I want to get, the long-term goal is to go and do some of the America shows. Obviously like the New York and the Tampa would be amazing. So at the end of next year I will assess where we are and then put a plan in place for my pro debut. But I'll probably do a cluster of shows back to back, get my face out there and see how we go. Unfortunately, there's no big dollar signs here right now, which is a little bit disappointing, but that comes when you actually win a pro show. But yeah, the moment that it was handed to me, it was, I'm not going to lie, obviously I've come over from the other side of the IFBB, so I did have high expectations of myself for this season, and I was gunning for this pro card. And I'd worked hard for it, so I'm really pleased that I got it, and it was a really special moment to receive it and kind of get what I went for. And I'm looking forward to now kind of working some more and going and representing the UK figure category, eventually in the States and around the world. Basically, you don't want to get on the wrong side of me now, because it's not just for show, it is actually a genuine sword. I now have two of these because I won one at my qualifier, and it's kind of like, what do you do with the sword? So what I'm going to do is, obviously winning your pro card is a special moment, so I've had a look around at what other people do, but I'm going to get this medal, this sword and this card in a frame and get it all framed up into one, and have that up on the wall with the rest of the trophies. But yeah, I have two of these swords. The moment when they passed it me on the stage, I didn't know whether if I held it like that it was going to drop out, so I was kind of like this with it on the stage. But yeah, you can hold it like that. That probably would have looked better in the photos, but hindsight's a wonderful thing. It says MPC Worldwide, Arnold Sports Festival UK Figure Open Champion, IFBB Pro. So very happy with that. It's a good sword and a real one. So yes, I do. I think in terms of my overall shape and look, we're not a million miles off standing my ground on a pro stage, but we definitely need more thickness and more density all over. Particularly we're going to focus on the posterior. The posterior was the focus of last year, and we have made some improvements there already in the last 12 months, but we'll continue to focus on glutes, back, but then just everything has got to have thickness and density, so we're going to work through the off season on building new muscle tissue really kind of nailing the training execution. Food's going to get nice and high. So for me, the off season, it just needs to be super strict and regimented. It's not a time to take your foot off the gas and relax. It's a time to implement, it's where the magic happens. So just keeping on top of routine, keeping on top of training, food, and just not missing a single beat to make sure that we do everything that we need to do to get where we need to be. Yeah, so I prolapsed the lower 3 discs in my back, and it was a major hurdle for me. And at one point I kind of questioned, am I going to be able to continue to do what I was doing? And I'm really happy to say that right now my back has fully recovered. I had learned to work around my back injury. As you get older, you get wiser. And some of the things that when I was younger, people used to say to me, like, make sure you stretch after working out, and make sure you walk and stuff like that. And get regular massages. All of that stuff really does make a difference. So I had the back injury. I adjusted my training to make sure that I wasn't provoking any additional aggravation to that area. Kind of took some exercises out, implemented new training techniques, made sure that I always stretch after every workout, make sure that I get a massage every week. And now I've managed to build myself back up to being able to do everything. There's nothing now that I can't do. Like, I had to remove deadlifts and squats for a while out of my programming, but everything's back in, and I actually feel really good. Like, there's no niggles or anything at the moment in terms of health and injuries. I am, touch wood, I don't want to speak too soon, but everything is well oiled and working really well. I'm pain free. It feels great. I think the advice that I would give is just consistency, structure, patience. It takes time to build muscle. It takes time to develop a routine. It takes time to develop good, healthy habits that become the normal. And for me, since I started working with Cuba, there's a community of people there, like-minded people. And I'm constantly kind of learning new things. So surround yourself with the right people that have the good knowledge, and just keep doing the right things. It's not easy. It's not for the faint-hearted. You've got to want to do it. You've got to have the passion to want to do it. If the passion's not there, if you don't love it, it's going to be really hard. So you need to know deep down that that's what you want to do. And set yourself some goals, be realistic, and just go for what you want. But you have to make bodybuilding part of your lifestyle. Like I still have a full-time job, I have a son, I have family, I have other commitments. So like balance is really important. Making sure that you can balance all the different parts of your life, and making bodybuilding kind of fit in around that is, I think, the key to being successful as a bodybuilder. But also, you can't just be a bodybuilder, you have to be those other people as well. You have other parts of your life, so maintaining a good healthy balance, I think, is the key to being successful in everything, really. Yes, so Bikini BKB has been amazing. I've been with her for the last 4 years. I first started competing in 2017, April. So next April I will be coming up to my 5th year. So I've done four and a half years of competing. So Bikini BKB has sponsored me right from the very beginning. She's done all of my fantastic suits, and we've kind of shared the journey together, which has been amazing. Other people, so I started working with a new coach in December, Cuba Chellin, and he's been fantastic. Obviously the results speak for themselves. It was I had to adjust to working with somebody new, doing things slightly differently, but it's all come together. So him, and then actually I have just started working with Enhanced Labs supplement brand, and also Chalice Blade, who do some gym clothing. So those are the kind of sponsors and people that I have around me at the moment.